Similarly, Akshar Brahman and Purushottam Bhagwan are always consecrated in the central shrines of mandirs in homes and other places. Daily in the morning, evening, or at another convenient time, all satsangis should devotedly go to a nearby mandir for darshan. All satsangi men and women should always dress in a manner that safeguards their dharma. To strengthen one's satsang, one should attend the weekly assemblies held at a nearby mandir or center. Swaminarayan Bhagwan, the sovereign of Akshar, is the manifest form of Paramatma, Parambrahma, Purushottam Hari. He alone is forever our Ishtadev, worthy of supreme upasana. One should always offer singular devotion to him only. Gunatinan Anand Swami is the manifest form of the eternal Akshar Brahman. This Akshar Brahman Parampara is manifest even today. In the Sampraday's tradition of gurus that begin with Gunati Ananda Swami, only the present form of Akshar Brahman is our Guru. Our Ishtadev is the same, our Guru is the same, and our Siddhant is also the same. Thus, we are always united. One should know the divine Akshar Purushottam Siddhant, which is Vedic, eternal, and the form of Brahma Vidya. Mumukshus should realize that the five entities Jiva, Ishwar, Maya, Akshar Brahman, and Par Brahma are forever distinct, eternal, and true. Swaminarayan Bhagwan himself established this clear Siddhant. Among these entities, Akshar and Purushottam are the two who are eternally beyond Maya. Jivas and Ishwars attain moksha by associating with them. Paramatma, Param Brahma, is forever superior to Akshar Brahman. Furthermore, even Akshar Brahman even eternally serves Paramatma with Das Bhav. Bhagwan is eternally the all-doer with form and supreme. He always remains manifest for the moksha of mumukshus. Through the Akshar Brahman Guru, Bhagwan always remains present with all of his divinity and bestows utmost bliss. One should foster intense love and Atma Buddhi for the Akshar Brahman Guru. Believing the Guru as a manifest form of Bhagwan, one should serve him and meditate upon him with devotion. The Swaminarayan mantra is divine. Beyond this word and auspicious, Sri Hari himself bestowed this mantra. All devotees should chant it. In this mantra, understand that Swami refers to Akshar Brahman and Narayan refers to Purushottam, who is superior to Akshar Brahman. Bhagwan Swaminarayan revealed this Siddhant in this word. The Gunatit Gurus spread it throughout the world. Shastriji Maharaj enshrined it in the form of murtis. It was reaffirmed in the Jivan Charitra text of the Gurus. The Siddhant was securely established by Guru Hari Pramukh Swami Maharaj in his own handwriting. This Siddhant may be imbibed in one's life through the association of the manifest Guru Hari. In this eternal and moksha bestowing Siddhant that is known as the divine Akshar Purushottam Darshan. While reflecting on such a supremely divine Siddhant, one should engage in satsang with conviction, joy, and enthusiasm. Identify one's Atma, which is distinct from the three bodies, as Brahma Sarup and always offer upasana to Parabrahman. One should offer devotion to Paramatma, the sovereign of Akshar, while always upholding dharma. One should never perform bhakti without dharma. One should not behave immorally even under the pretext of devotion, wisdom, or festivals. Even during festivals, one should abstain from bhang, alcohol, and other substances such as well as gambling, swearing, and other such activities. Viragya is not have love for anything or anyone other than Parbrahman and Akshar Brahman. It serves to support bhakti. When faced with criticism, shame, fear, or difficulty, one should never abandon satsang, Swaminarayan Bhagwan, devotion towards him or the Guru. One should serve Bhagwan and his devotees with pure intentions, believing it to be one's great fortune and with the goal of attaining one's moksha. One should not let time pass wastefully without satsang or devotion. One should always give up laziness and negligence. One should perform tasks while engaging in devotion and according to Agnam. By doing so, one will not become attached to one's actions, be burdened by them, or develop ego because of them. One should fruitfully use time by performing seva, listening to discourses, doing smriti, meditating, studying, singing kirtans of Bhagwan, and engaging in other such activities. One should take the refuge of satsang to rid oneself of flaws, acquire virtues, and attain ultimate moksha. One should forever take the refuge of satsang to attain the pleasure of Swami Narayan Bhagwan and the Gunatit Gurus. Oh, we have attained both Akshar and Purushottam here. In this life, with the joy of having attained them, one should always relish the bliss of satsang. One should never perform seva, devotion, discourses, meditation, austerities, pilgrimages, and other endeavors out of vanity, pretense, jealousy, competition, enmity, or for the attainment of worldly fruits. However, they should be performed with faith, pure intentions, and the wish to please Bhagwan. One should not perceive human traits in Bhagwan or the Guru, since both Akshar and Purushottam are beyond Maya and divine. One should develop firm faith in Bhagwan and the Guru, renounce feebleness, have patience, and derive strength from Bhagwan. One should listen to, recite, read, reflect upon, and repeatedly recall the incidents of Swaminarayan Bhagwan. Mumukshus should always associate with the manifest Akshar Brahman Guru with supreme love and Divya Bhav. Intense affection for the Akshar Brahman Guru is the only means to attaining the Brahmic state and realizing Bhagwan. To imbibe the virtues of the Akshar Brahman Guru and to experience Par Brahman, one should always reflect on the incidents of the Akshar Brahman Guru. One should associate with one's Guru Hari through thought, word, and deed, and should realize him as Narayan Swarup, the manifest form of Narayan. A satsangi should never listen to or speak discouraging words. One should always speak encouraging words. With affection and reverence, one should continuously speak of the glory of Brahman and Parbrahman and the greatness of those who are associated with them. Mumukshus should keep Surad Bhav, Divya Bhav, and Brahma Bhav towards Satsangis. With discretion, one should always keep the Paksha of Paramatma, Param Brahman, Swaminarayan Bhagwan, the Akshar Brahman, Gunatit Guru, the divine Siddhant they have imparted, and the devotees who have sought their refuge. One should always obey the commands of Bhagwan and Brahma Swarup Guru. One should realize their inner wishes and firmly abide by them. Their instructions should be followed without laziness, immediately and always with joy, enthusiasm, mahima, and an eagerness to please them. With a composed mind, one should introspect every day. What have I come to accomplish in this world, and what am I doing? Having attained oneness with Akshar, I offer devotion to Purushottam. In this manner, one should reflect on one's goal each day without laziness. Swaminarayan Bhagwan is the all-doer, supreme entity and controller. I have his association here in person. For this every reason I am joyous, greatly fortunate, fulfilled without doubts and worries and forever blissful. In this way, with a composed mind, one should reflect daily on one's divine attainment of Paramatma, his greatness and his pleasure. Realizing one's Atma to be distinct from the three bodies, the three states, and the three qualities. Every day one should believe oneself as being one with Akshar Brahman. Daily one should reflect on the impermanent nature of the world and one's Atma as eternal and Satchidanand. One should understand that all which has happened, which is happening, which will happen is solely due to Swaminarayan Bhagwan's will and only for only my benefit. One should daily pray to Swaminarayan Bhagwan and the Brahma Swarup Guru with faith and devotion. When one experiences impulses of egotism, jealousy, lust, anger, and other base instincts, one should calmly reflect, I am Akshar, I am a servant of Purushottam. Also, one should remain strong belief that Swaminarayan Bhagwan himself, who is the destroyer of all base instincts, is always with me. One should always observe Swadharma and renounce Pardharma. Yeah. Swadharma means to observe the commands of Bhagwan and Guru. The wise mumuksha should realize that Pardharma is disregarding their instruction and acting willfully. One should avoid even beneficial actions that impede devotion, transgress the niyams of satsang, or cause one to lapse from dharma. One should offer appropriate respect to those who are senior in age, possess greater wisdom, or more virtuous by bowing reverently, using polite speech, and expressing other forms of regard. One should always respect the learned, seniors, and teachers. According to one's capacity, one should honor them with good words and such deeds. One should address each individual according to their virtues, achievements, and other merits. One should encourage them in noble works according to their abilities. One should speak words which are true, beneficial, and loving. One should never falsely accuse any individual. One should never utter unpleasant speech that is offensive, hurts its listener, and is defamatory, harsh, or hateful. One should never speak untruth. One should express truth that is beneficial but not utter even truth that may harm others. One should never speak of another's drawbacks or flaws. Doing so causes unrest and results in the displeasure of Bhagwan and the Guru. If extremely necessary, it is acceptable to convey the truth with pure intent to an authorized person. One should never act or think in a way that is hurtful or damaging to others, or that increases conflict. With Surade Bhav, collect the virtues of devotees. One should never view their flaws and offend them in any way. In happy times, do not get carried away, and in unhappy times, do not become discouraged, since everything occurs by Swaminarayan Bhagwan's wish. One should never argue or quarrel with anyone. One should always be well mannered and remain calm. One should never be harsh in speech, action, thought, or writing. Householders Satsangi should serve their mother and father. They should bow to their feet every day. A wife should serve her father-in-law as her own father and mother-in-law as her own mother. A father and mother-in-law should care of their daughter-in-law as they would for their own daughter. Householders should diligently nurture their sons and daughters through satsang, education, and other activities. They should affectionately care for their other relatives according to their means. One should speak pleasantly at home. One should renounce bitter speech and not harm others with malicious intent. Householders should joyous eat meals together at home and provide hospitality to guests according to their means. In the event of a death or other sad occasions, one should perform additional acts of devotion, sing kirtans, engage in discourses, and remember Akshar Purushottam Maharaj. One should always impart sanskars to one's sons and daughters by teaching them the divine principle of satsang, good conduct, and virtues. From when a child is in the womb, one should instill sanskars and conviction in Akshar Purushottam Maharaj by reading the sacred text of satsang and through other acts, noble acts. Men should never look at women with a wrong intent. In the same manner, women should also never look at men with a wrong intent. Except in emergency situations, married men should never remain alone anywhere with women other than their wife. Similarly, married women should never remain alone with men other than their husband, except in emergency situations. A male should not touch a female who is not closely related. However, he may respectfully touch one who is closely related. Similarly, a female should not touch a male who is not closely related. However, she may respectfully touch one who is closely related. In emergency situations, it is not a fault to touch others to protect or save them. However, if there is no emergency, then always obey the niyams. One should never view dramas, films, or other media that contain obscene scenes which destroy one's dharma and sanskars. Satsangis should not associate with people who have addictions and shameless or are adulterous. To protect one's dharma, female devotees should not associate with immoral women and should firmly abide by the niyams. One should not listen to talks or songs, read books or view scenes that increase one's lustful desires. Transactions of wealth, possessions, land, and other assets should always be conducted in writing in the presence of a witness and by definitely following other such niyams. All devotees should conduct their social dealings with even their relatives in writing and by following other such niyams. Satsangis should never engage in dealings with immoral persons and should be compassionate towards those who are meek and disadvantaged. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and we will read further soon. Bye-bye.